in Ieper, there's a great affection and respect for Great Britain and her fighting men. But here tonight, the beautiful chimes of Ieper chime that war is history. Old Lang Syne. And down below, those beautiful spires, rebuilt twice after 2 wars, we stage our games tonight. The grand final is about love, courtship, and marriage. It's going to be a great spectacle of joy, affection, and friendship. And with that, let's introduce my co-commentator, Eddie.
Well, thank you, Stuart, and it's a great night for this great final, and you can hear the tremendous atmosphere in this marketplace. Now, you probably remember 2 years ago, Ely went to Paris and won this coveted golden trophy. Well, tonight we're expecting very big things from Swansea. They're a very good side, they're strong, they're not frightened, and I feel they're in with a very good chance. And I'm going to sing Soft Man Bat is the win, but with the first game ready to come up. And Stuart, all ready? Up we go.
Well, thank you, Eddie. There is our commentator for the night, Mike Verdroux of the Belgian television service. And right away, listen to the cheers, a large contingent of British here tonight. There's Bob, our British captain of Swansea, playing his joker on the first game. The theme, love and marriage, so what better than to turn the clock straight back to the Caveman era. There, at the back of the shot, you see a couple of caves. On the right-hand side, 2 British boys. On the left-hand side, 2 German boys. And there are the damsels that they are going to save. The cave dwellers in the jaws of the dinosaur. On the whistle, they go out along the poles, the 2 boys. Straight across, they have to stay on the poles carrying clubs. We're in. We're playing our joker and win. We'll go back to the start. Nerves are going to play a tremendous part here in the final. Both boys have got to go across the pool carrying the club. The Germans are very nervous of Bietigheim. Hold your breath for these 2 British boys playing our joker. There's all bedlam going on in the background. One of them's across. It's Bill Stereo and Peter Thomas. They take the doll, their lady from the jaws of the dinosaur. The other guy has got to come across. Hold on there, hold on. No, he can't do that. He cannot do that. He's got to walk. He's got to walk. He's going right back to the start. It's no good sitting astride the post. You've got to come across it. And those poles are whippety. The Germans, you can see, haven't got 1 man across yet. We certainly have 1 man. He's wringing out his washing. He's going again. This is Peter Thomas. The Germans are in it, of course. When one goes in, it's rather inclined to throw the other. Tremendous atmosphere on the Town Hall Square tonight. Nerves playing a great part. The Germans in, he might throw our boy as well. Just hold on, because he's got to get across to the other side. When he manages that, they can start bringing the female cave dweller back along the poles. They bash down the wall of the cave. We're off. Swansea off. It's a game of 2 minutes, and we've already had 1 minute and 35 seconds. The girl has got to go back along the poles. They bash down the door of the cave with the club. They bash it down as hard as they can, and when everybody's inside, the game is finished, and we are playing our joker. It's absolutely crucial. The door's down. Get the doll in. Get Bill Stereo in as well, and the whistle will blow, and we're in. And we make it 1 minute 55. Well, it's very difficult to play your joker on the first game in a grand final. The Germans are out of time. So now let's have the time.
Of 2 minutes. And for Germany, we have no time, 0-0-0 on the marquois.
Dus Bietigheim-Bissingen helemaal niet aangekomen.
Nothing for Bietigheim, bad start for the Germans.
0-0 punten.
And Great Britain could do it in 1 minute and 55 seconds.
1:55 for Swansea. Now this is a good start for us, because remember, in Maastricht in Holland, Bietigheim, the Germans, beat Swansea into second place. So there's a bit of revenge, but now the French and the Dutch will go. The French, of course, from Nancy, a very, very strong team, the Nancy team, there's no doubt about that. A very strong team. And also Steenwijk, who won, you remember, in Southport, there across, like quick sticks. Steenwijk, the Dutch team. They've got 2 men across. Bad news for Swansea. But the French team are struggling. Nancy fancies very, very much indeed. One of the strongest teams I think Eddie and I have ever seen in international knockout. They just plastered the opposition. in the hometown of Nancy. But here is Steenwijk, who played very well. You remember in Southport on the ship? Well, here they come. The French are across. We've got the clock on it. It looks as though we're going to be beaten here by the Dutch. It was a risky joker to play, but you've got to play it sometime. And if you get off to a racing start in a grand final, then the team takes heart from it. But I think we're going to be whacked here by both the French and both of them round about the minute mark. Bad news for Swansea, playing a brave joker.
Score for France is 1:05.
1 minute and 5 seconds for Nancy. And for Steenwijk at the bottom,
57 seconds.
57. 57. Well, I don't think anybody will beat the Dutch time. But let's see now. The team of Faido from Switzerland on the left, on the right, you'll hear the cheers. Knokke-Heist are the Belgian team here tonight. The Swiss are in. Well, the Belgians have got one of the Belgians across. Knokke-Heist. The other one looks a bit insecure to me. He's done it. He's done it. He took a chance and he ran. One of the Swiss is across. Both the Belgians going back. Oh, the Swiss are still in trouble. The Belgians are going to bomb it. One of the Swiss is across, as you see. The other one is making yet another run. We need some points. We need points from the joker. You can't afford to squander points. It's going to make it an uphill struggle already. We could do with that fella from Faido on the left falling in. A pity really that we were in competition with the Germans, because I think the Germans falling in repeatedly rather put off our two British competitors, but never mind. This is good news for us. Faido got one across, they want another one across. The Belgians have finished. They're in time as well. Well inside the British time. We're coming out. They have 30 seconds to go. 30 seconds to get in. Limit time for this game is 2 minutes. But they've got to get the ball across. If they do it quicker than us, we're next to last in this game. If they don't, we finish halfway. We are hoping. 10 seconds to go, and we're all right. We're in some points. It could be worse. It could be worse because there are some tricky games, I assure you, coming up. And a lot of funny games as well. You've got everything, a spectacle, a lot of fun, and great competition in this grand final. So now, let's have the times for Knokke-Heist, the Belgians, Faido, the Swiss.
Unfortunately, Switzerland also out of time. Then for Switzerland is 0-0.
Dus voor
Nothing at all for Faido.
in de tijd aangekomen, 0 punten.
And
But
now
now
for Belgium,
Knokke-Heist,
you
the
know
top.
that the team had to take inside both competitors, the big doll and also the club. They forgot the club, and we took the time only when the club was inside. Then the final time for Belgium is 1:11.
Dus 1 minuut 11 seconden.
1 minute 11 seconds. The crowd don't like it, but the rules are quite strict. They're strict.
6 points.
Steenwijk, 6 points.
6 punten.
France, 5 points.
Nancy,
Nancy,
5 points.
5 punten.
Belgium,
At the top.
4 points.
4 points.
4 punten.
Swansea with the joker.
With the joker, 6 points.
6
Swansea,
points.
very open.
They'll be disappointed with that, but there's a long way to go in this final, I assure you. Don't lose heart. It's a strong team, this Swansea team. Take it from me.
1 point.
En ook 1 punt voor Faido.
Well, at least we're in the lead, along with the Dutch, as we go in the first round of Phil Rouge and Uncle Ed.
Well, thank you, Stu. Let me introduce you to, I think, a smashing-looking lass. Her name is Rouge. She's a very famous presenter in Belgium and in France, and this is the Phil Rouge. I'm sure you've seen something similar there in Fairground. 2 people on a seat, and they, at the top, the white circle there, if that is it, with the boys, 6 boys, 1 from each team, then they'll drop in the water. The girl is on the left, facing left, of course, with a wedding outfit on. the married man on the right. And it's so worked, the girl should stay up longer than the boy. But time will tell. Then what happens? He's started what he's got, we'll say, about 12 seconds. That will be then added to whatever the Italian girl, and there's the target. Once they hit that, and she's just sticking a broomstick at the top, and she's in. So the maximum is 1 minute 15 to each competitor, which of course could be 2:30, but we'll see what this is. And then this is Stuart Hall would say, half of the course. And the first player in 16 seconds, that was far out. And the second one, 33 seconds. So the total now,
49
seconds, says
Riccione scoort een
Guido
totaal van
Pancaldi.
49
So for
seconden.
Riccione with 49 seconds.
Well, now let's come back up to date. We've had the Caveman games. Now then, let's deliver some wedding gifts, shall we? We're all going to the wedding here in Ieper tonight. And this game is about that couple there. And in fact, 6 other couples to come. The Belgians are going first in this game, game 2. Behind them, you see a great big glass box. And there's a lid on that box. You can't see it yet. The lid, there it is. There's a lid on the box. That comes down, because on the right, you see a fella on a bicycle. He's in opposition. He is in fact a Frenchman. He pedals like fury, brings down the top of the box, and he tries to stop that couple there from delivering their wedding gifts. Oh, you remember this Dutch captain at Steenwijk in Southport? Good team this, but also a good team, the Nancy team. 2 jokers being played here. The French and the Belgians. And the Dutch rather. So the Belgians are off. So they've 9 wedding gifts to go. They vary. There's a grandfather clock in there, a table lamp, a little chair. You'll see all the gifts going in. They have to scale up the side, put the trinkets in the big box, and you'll see that Frenchman on the right pedaling like fury. There he goes down. Can you see the top of the box coming down? That's the game. You've got to get all 9 gifts in there before the lid comes down, and it's pretty tough. And he looks well muscled, that Frenchman. There they go, the Belgians. Well, you can see it coming down. Here it is. The lid's coming down. And we've got the clock on this one. We're coming up for a minute now. Coming up, there it is, and there isn't much chance of getting anything more in there. It's despairing, it really is. We've been watching this game a lot. It's just, you get there and you try hard, but I don't think that will come, because you're not allowed to put it up inside. When the lid of the box comes down, you cannot craftily insert a gift. But anyway, let Gennaro and Guido judge. There's the cyclist, there's the couple from Knokke-Heist.
Spelers komen uit Nancy, ook een erg sterke ploeg.
Well, there's the French couple going.
Guido, you ready?
And
First of all, the time of
the
Knokke-Heist.
joker's being played.
The first time Belgium all 9 a gift.
They got all 9 gifts in, which is pretty good going.
Dus de
In
9 voorwerpen
1:10, and that is fast. I assure you, that's quick. So now the French will go. And pedaling like fury against them is a fella called Walter. He is from Belgium. Well, she doesn't look too fast on the left. The girl, she's loping along the square, but it's not about fast running, this game. It's as much about scaling the wall up to the wedding box. And she's pretty good, well muscled. You'll see, we are going in this game. We go later on, in fact, we go last. Well, you can hear a shot. He nearly got a head trapped. If you get your head chopped off, it doesn't count, but all the gifts have gone in. Another very good time. 9 gifts. I tell you 9. There's the Belgian looking very disappointed.
Want inderdaad, dat was voor hem ook wel moeilijk.
So we have for France a time of 51 seconds.
Oh.
Dus dat betekent voor
Well, there you are.
51
I don't think many people are going to get inside that time of 51
erg goede
seconds.
tijd ook. En hier komen dan onze vrienden uit Faido, Zwitserland. Attenzione, 3, 2, 1.
Faido are going.
Zwitserland.
The Swiss.
Faido.
A good team this. You remember them playing in Mannheim, I think, when they seemed to tiptoe like Fred Astaire's to victory. They came from nowhere, this team. A little team they are. And in Mannheim, they didn't seem to be trying, and they finished up with 46 points. Well, nothing coming from the crowd at the moment. No support for Faido, and pedaling against him is the Italian. That's Giorgio, and he's 16. And you really have to pedal very hard to get the lid of that box down. But it's all about getting up, and they're both a little bit short. The Faido team. You remember the Swiss team of Morzetal last year in Leiden? They seem to come from nowhere and win the grand final, a team in midgets. We're all wondering whether, in fact, Faido can do the same. Well, can he get the spoon in? Yes, it counts, I think. Well, we're out of time. 2 elements of scoring. He pedalled very well there. You can see how strenuous it is. Look at it. 2 elements of scoring here. Is the time for all 9 gifts, or how many, in fact, did you get in limit time?
For Switzerland, in the time, they bring 6 gifts.
Dus ze hebben de 9 voorwerpen niet kunnen overbrengen in 1 minuut 15 seconden. 6
gifts. Well, next will go the Italians, Riccione. Riccione, the team, of course, who won their own international heat in their own town of Riccione. That was the occasion when the Isle of Man came last, which surprised Eddie himself. Well, he's a fair flyer, isn't he? Tiziano and Giuliano. A couple of students, and pedaling against them is a student from Faido. Well, we go next. So, the fastest time, 51 seconds. The next fastest, 1:10. The worst so far is just 6 gifts in limit time by the Swiss. How are we doing? Well, they've done it, and we make them just under a minute. Well, let's have the time.
Voor we onze vrienden uit Swansea dan hier bij de camera's gaan krijgen.
We have for Riccione a time for 56 seconds.
Ook een erg goede tijd.
56 seconds. Well, it's all up to Swansea. We need to come now. This is where we're going to come.
Good luck to you
Our
all.
couple.
Jullie ook.
Attention, 3, 2, 1.
That's Alan Majors. He's a policeman going up. Now it's important to get up and give your teammate a hand up. He's a big enough guy to scale it on his own. That's Christine. Ed?
Alan Major, you know, is the captain of the Welsh rugby union side. That's one thing. And reserve international. So he should do good at this.
And he's persuaded you to sing Saucepan back at the end of the programme if they win.
Yeah, didn't go well.
Yeah, well, why not? You said you will.
Oh, yes, the win.
Well, come on, pick up your heels and go. And in contention is this fella here from Holland. He's called Bert. So it's Christine and Alan. How are we doing? We want them all in limit time. Come on. Come on, up you go. Fast as you can. Come on, we're coming out in 50 seconds. We need to be in any time now. Come on, Christine, we need to be in. We need to be in. The last one's going in. Are we going to get in the points? Are we in the points? Come on, up as fast as you go. Up, your teams, get in, sit. And I think we're just outside the minute. I think we haven't beaten the French and we haven't beaten the Italians.
Understand the Dutch sickness was not ready. He is completely responsible, naturally, because the bike...
Well, you can hear Gennaro.
They know that. They know the due order of the games. We accept this score. Le cycliste hollandais est arrivé en retard.
The cyclist there from Holland wasn't in place, as Gennaro told you, but that's the Dutch fault. The guy's not there for the start of the game. He knows he's responsible. So the time
of 1:02.
1:02. So near, just so near, just a matter of seconds. So we're pushed down into third place, but now will go Steenwijk, and they are playing their joker. The French on the joker, so far with the fastest time. If they pick up 12 points, they're going to be difficult to catch. The Dutch are a strong team, but all the teams here are strong. They all look good, all physically fit, all enjoying themselves. But he's fairly whipping along, the Flying Dutchman. She might be struggling a bit, the girl might struggle a bit. People have been swifter up there than her. But now, the spoon, there's a candelabra going in. No sign of the lid coming down. And this is Lee Jones pedaling away like fury, who's a PE teacher. How are we doing? He says, come on, but the girl is the weak link in this team. He'll help her up. How are we doing? Well, how's it going? How's it going? Well, they've done it. Let's have the time. Well, there's Lee Jones. He did hard, but he couldn't bring the lid down.
So we have for Holland a time of 1:00.
How lucky can you get?
So, points.
We're
First
pushed
place
down.
France with the joker 12 points.
12 points. Well, a strong team, we say, Nancy. Riccione, 5.
Great Britain, 4 points.
4 points for Swansea.
No, I'm sorry.
No, he's made a mistake.
Holland
It's 4 points
is the joker,
for the Dutch.
8 points.
8 points for the Dutch.
Steenwijk met de
Now
joker,
then,
8 punten.
Great Britain
we only picked up 3.
3 points.
3 points we pick up.
Swansea, 3 punten.
Belgium, 2 points.
Knokke-Heist, 2 punten.
Switzerland, 1 point.
En Faido, 1 punt.
So look at it
Over naar de
now.
volgende
After 2
rode
games,
draad.
Nancy well in the lead with 17, and Edward.
And 10 minutes to go in the second heat of the Phil Rouge, Bietigheim. And they're, of course, quite a strong contestant in this year's competition, but at the moment they're, of course, down in 7th place. See what they can do. Can they beat Riccione's 49 seconds? I hope by now, crikey, she's in very quickly, and she was supposed to be the hard one to get in. There are 30 water balls to throw, and there are 6 boys, and before the lad goes in, I better tell you that Steve Seaman, a salesman, is throwing for Great Britain Swansea. So that was a short-lived time on the swing. I think I remember having this once before. So it's something like about 20 get in, but we'll get it very, very accurate. Of course, this being the final, of course, and all after this golden award. I told you about Ely winning it, and our friend Regine is talking to the girl that's now 16 plus. Only 3 seconds for number 2. So Germany will go down to 19. So if I do my arithmetic right, well I have. I agreed with Gennaro. So there's a chance, you see, that France go next, and then comes Swansea. So who knows? This might be the game for the Swansea team in the Phil Rouge.
Here we come now to the next game. We're just married. And to celebrate the fact, the Italians romp in with their joker on the left and on the right, and everything in Ieper is about cats. I'll tell you more about the Ieper cat. Very interesting legend about it. First of all, let me tell you something about this game. We've had the wedding gift collection. Now we have the couples driving away in the honeymoon car. 2 couples. On the left, Steenwijk. On the right, Bietigheim. There is the marital bed where the game finishes. Big gap. But first of all, they had to drive to the bed.
start a bit.
And naturally, in Belgium, it's all bicycles, and it's a bicycle made for two. The boy and the girl, plus the baggage, get in the car. They pedal away, they go over the line there. It doesn't mean anything in this game, but they have to pedal up the ramp. The cars are heavy, the suitcases are laden with sand. The wedding guests have been at it, and naturally, of course, when you see a honeymoon car, it always has paraphernalia on the back, doesn't it, like bricks and tin cans and kippers, and it's no different tonight. So up they go, up the ramp, and it's a lot of tension. It's a tough game. We fancy ourselves on this one. We are going last. It's in 3 heats of 2, the just married game. So just watch it unfold. The crowd is going potty just underneath the town hall. Just listen to the atmosphere. Bietigheim nearly up. 1 minute gone. The Dutch nearly up. There they are, they've finished, and they jump on the bed. The surprise element, watch it. Well, I thought the bed was going to collapse, but it didn't. It does. It did collapse, you missed it.
It's supposed to.
Yes. So let's have a see at this bed, shall we? There's the honeymoon starting, or rather over, for Steenwijk and Bietigheim. Let's have the time.
Yes, time for Netherlands, 1 minute 23 seconds.
Dus voor
1:23 voor
Steenwijk,
Steenwijk.
23 seconden.
And the time for Germany is 1:07.
En de tijd voor
7 seconds,
Bietigheim-Bissingen is 1 minuut en 7 seconden.
The Belgian, Knokke-Heist. From the North Sea coast of Belgium, Faido from near Zurich. Well, the crowd really getting behind the Belgian couple, naturally, because Knokke-Heist is also in northern Belgium, where they speak the Flemish language. And look at them, fairly belting up. But now they're stuck. This is where it gets tough. This is where it gets really tough. You have to fight your way up inch by inch, and you can see for yourself the amount of strain. It's a tough game. Just watch it. Well, the Swiss are up in fairly good time. There, we make it 1 minute dead. 1 minute dead at the moment for them, coming up to 1:05, the bed does collapse. Knokke-Heist. Where are we? On the bed, they pull the string, the bed goes. It doesn't. It does. But again, 2 fairly rapid times.
Time for Switzerland is 1:04.
Dus voor Faido 1 minuut 4 seconden.
1:04.
And the time for Belgium is 1:16.
En de
1 minute 16. So the fastest time, the Swiss. We are going next in competition with the Italians. Well, there is Paul Preedy, an electrician on the left for Great Britain, on the right Wendy Watson, a civil servant, and we need to go. We need the points desperately. Come on, get up there as fast as you can go. And it looks hard, doesn't it? It is hard. It's a tough game.
They've got to get a fine start on the ground bit before they start.
It's going to be it's going to be hard, Eddie.
Yeah.
The struggle is starting early. Riccione well up. That's Riccione. Well up, and we are straining. We needed a flyer, as Edward told you. We needed a flyer, Riccione at the top. And it's rapid. That's the fastest time. And we're struggling. We really are in trouble now.
Of course, if they don't get up, they take the distance they've got.
The distance they've gone, but everybody's got up so far, Eddie, so it's really bad news for us.
Right.
Well, oh yes, And that was a Belgian face, it wasn't even British. No, we're slipping back. Come on, Paul and Wendy. Come on. Out they go. But, oh, we can't afford to slip back. And no, they've lost the baggage. It's come unstuck. There we are, there the bed goes, but they lost the baggage at the back.
Yes, you saw that the British car lost the boxes, but it does not matter because in all the cases the time is the worst.
It's the worst time anyway, so it doesn't really matter.
Then the time for Italy is 41 seconds.
Oh, that was rapid.
And the time for Great Britain is 1:26.
Well, the Italians on their joker. Ooh. Well, we're last at that one. Making it really tough tonight. If we come from behind like this, I don't know. But look at this. 12 points.
Switzerland, 5 points.
12 points for Riccione.
Germany, 4 points.
Bietigheim-Bissingen, 4 punten.
Belgium with the joker, 6 points.
Well, the Belgians have thrown away their joker too.
Netherlands, 2 points.
Steenwijk,
1 point.
en Swansea 1 punt. Zoals je ziet, momenteel
Well, there it is.
ex-aequo aan de
It's not
leiding.
good news for us at the moment. At the moment, Nancy and Riccione, neck and neck with 17 points. We are 5th with 10. And the Phil Rouge head.
Well, it's the Mademoiselle from France to go. The Mademoiselle from Armentières comes about 20 kilometers just up the road. So what can this miss from Nancy do? And Albin so far is 49 seconds, 19 seconds. And it's still Steve Seaman chucking the 30 balls. And yes, you can see the white target. So they've got the broom to stop them if it didn't stop the miss there. And Josette is her name, so Josette in for the early bath with a vengeance. But they're doing better than some of the teams have done. Certainly better than Germany did. Riccione 49, Germany 19, and now the France team, the Nancy team, 15. Well, one guesses, we'll give up guessing. We'll wait and see where we get the time given by the judges, who will report to our Gennaro Guido in Inigo. So we'll see now. Well, they're very happy about it, and he's doing the noble thing in carrying her out of the water. So, Guido, good time.
Players, 16 seconds.
16.
Eerste tijd van
I said
16
15, but
Second one, a time of 50 seconds.
ah, that's very good. So we know that's 66, don't we? Which puts Nancy very much in the running at the moment. They're leading on the master scoreboard. So 1 minute and 6, so we've called it 66 seconds. So quite a lot of people here from Nancy. So they're no doubt very happy to get their little bouquet from Regine. And the next team to go will be Great Britain. But before that, Stewart.
Well, that looks like an outsized bra to me. I don't know who wears that one, but that's the clue to the next game, which is game number 4. The honeymoon's over now. You can forget all about the wedding gifts and the honeymoon and the luxury hotel and the large double bed, because it's now down to your cake and milk. You've got to do your own washing. There's the clothesline. 4 giant pegs, and hanging on that line will be 4 giant pieces of clothing. It's a game, this, 3 heats of 2. This is what it's all about. The couples have got to essay their way across the giant tub, the Belgians and the Italians, and they hang out the washing not on the Siegfried line, but on the Ieper line. And now then, another element, surprise element here, you'll see that the line is going up and up and up into the night sky above the town square at Ieper, because it's being put there. A man is turning a handle in opposition. For the Belgian team, an Italian gentleman is turning a handle which raises the clothesline and naturally makes it more difficult to put the clothing on. There they are, turning away in the background, and you can see it's going to get tougher. 4 items of apparel freshly laundered and hung out to dry, and she has to be lifted up. The game finishes when that 4th clothes peg goes on the line like bonk. The Knokke-Heist have done it. Now on the other side you have the Italians. How are they doing? They're struggling a bit. They're struggling at the moment. They're not struggling. They're on the master scoreboard because they're equal first with Nancy with 17 points apiece. That's it for them. Now then we get the time.
Time for Italy.
For Riccione first.
18 seconds.
Dus
118
dat betekent voor
en
Riccione, mensen die
voor
momenteel
Belgium.
wel een beetje aan de leiding staan, 1 minuut 18 seconden.
And Belgium 59 seconds.
59
En beter
seconds.
tijd voor Knokke-Heist.
There's the bogey time. The crowd like it. Now then, let's have a look at these two. Escabot is the girl, and she is a whopping strong girl. That's the blonde girl for Steenwijk. She's one of the strongest girls I've ever seen. She's got muscles on her like a rugby league forward head. I saw her wrestle a giant man to the ground in like that.
You get all sorts of knockouts.
What a strapping bird she is. A black belt karate player, throws the javelin, does a lot. Look at her muscles on those shoulders. Yes, Escabot. And she ought to be good at this too because she teaches swimming in Steenwijk. So strong she rips the clothing in two. But you see the guys there turning away. That's the second element. The Germans of Bietigheim have finished. Meanwhile, he's got to get Escabot up into the... He's a big girl. She's got to put the pegs in. 1, 2, 3, 4, that's it.
So Mike, we have for Holland a time on 1:04.
1:04 at the bottom. The Germans still to play the joker.
49 seconds.
49, they're coming up. Watch this team of Bietigheim. This is exactly what they did in Maastricht, do you remember? This is the Swiss team, Faido.
And 3, 2, 1.
And the French of Nancy. That's the Frenchman, of course. He's turning away on the Swiss. And the Swiss gentleman is turning away on the French clothesline.
Kledingstukken, mooi vastgemaakt voor Faido.
Well, we're coming up to 40 seconds now. 40 seconds the best time. The Germans of Bietigheim. A little town near Stuttgart. Well, up go the Swiss. 4 items of clothing, needing 2 clothes pegs. 2 already in. Well, come on. Where's the other clothes peg? They've forgotten it. They've forgotten it. Come on, where is it? They've lost it. In, up you go again. Well, this is going to cost Faido pretty dearly. And that's it. That's the time we make 1:1:25 for the Swiss. They're the French of Nancy. Let's have the times.
For Switzerland a time 1 minute and 24 seconds.
1:24 for the Swiss.
And France 52 seconds.
En Faido 52 seconden.
And Nancy 52. So second fastest, Nancy well in contention, a very strong team.
Dus Bietigheim-Bissingen 6 punten.
France 5 points.
Nancy
6 points for the
5
Germans,
punten.
5 for the French,
Belgium 4 points.
4 for the Belgians,
Knokke-Heist 4 punten.
Holland 3 points.
3 points for the
Steenwijk
Dutch.
3 punten.
Italy 2 2 points.
2 points for Riccione.
And Switzerland 1 point.
And Faido just 1 point. So in the lead, the French with 22, Edward.
Well, before anything happens with early bats, I'm going to place on record that Swansea's Bob Shaddick and Rose Williams are taking part in the Phil Rouge. Now, Rose Williams is a go-go dancer. I don't know how that will help her in this game. And, of course, Bob, I gather, is also a dancer and does ballet. So what does he need? Oh, crikey. I think it was a good job I mentioned about Rose, because there's a picture, but it was the last throws of summer in the Phil Rouge, I'm afraid. Can now Bob, who's a surfer and a water skier, he won't worry about going in, I'm quite sure. But with 49, 19 and 66, the time, what are we doing? We've got 30 is in, so we're about 35, 36 we think, but it's not the sort of time that we would have liked Swansea to have had. And at the moment here in Ieper, there's many of the English people in. We've met a lot whilst we've been here, talk about it. Swansea are having their luck, they're up. It's not good getting there. We want to see 2 rows, off you go. Then smiling Janara helps them out, the flower.
For Great Britain, we have a time of 6 seconds.
6 seconds.
Een
For the
eerste tijd
first.
van 6 seconden.
For the second competitor, 29
29, so
Bob verbeterde dan de
our
tijd.
timekeeping was accurate. Not that it will do an awful lot of good, but it comes to 35 with Netherlands, Switzerland, and the home country Belgium still to go.
But meanwhile, back on the theme, love, marriage, courtship and all that. Well, the stalk hasn't been long. Somebody's expecting a baby. And right away, we have that stork there, you see, is our British stork, and he's going to deliver a baby to the proud parents. Now, inside there is Bill Stereo, and he can't see a thing. He's blindfolded under the costume, he's wearing the stork costume, the baby's in his beak, and he has to go down the course, negotiate several obstacles before he can deliver the baby to the proud parents, Mandy and Peter, seated at the other end of the course.
Tournee. Eerst gaan we de ooievaars disoriënteren. Dat betekent dat
Now
we
then, the judges spin the stork on its nest. They're all blindfold, completely disorientated. Now they've no idea where they are. It's blind man's buff with a difference this. The only way the stork can get to the proud parents is by beaming in on a signal. You'll see the girls at the other end have got signals. There they are. That's Bill Stereo. He's no idea. He's beaming in on a bell. He's beaming in on a bell. The Italian's going in on a duck horn and the Swiss on a klaxon. There we are. There's the British bell. There's the proud parent taking the baby from Bill's beak. And that's the game. We make it. Ooh, rapid, about 25 seconds. The Italian's all over the place. Yes, he's delivered it. He's beamed in to a duck horn. Where's Faido? He's all over the place. Yes, he's bouncing around. Well, you've got a rough idea of the game. It's the weirdest delivery that I've ever seen and the weirdest confinement. So on we go.
And the score for Italy, 34 seconds.
De valling van Riccione duurde 34 seconden.
For Great Britain, 28 seconds.
Voor
That's
Swansea.
the marvelous time. At last we have some British cheers.
51 seconds.
En voor Faido
51
51 seconden.
Faido, but now watch
head
the
of
French.
the Italian
The French,
team
the
moved a
Germans.
bit when he fall, but we admit this race. La tête du concurrent italien est bougée quand il est tombé, mais nous l'admettons.
Ooievaar was even het hoofd
Well, he lost
kwijt
his head
Riccione,
in more
maar
ways
dat
than one.
geeft dus helemaal niets. Volgende ploegen komen uit Knokke-Heist, Bietigheim-Bissingen en Knokke-Heist. En dan eerst even draaien.
Tournez, turn. Tournez, tourne.
So the stork revolves on its nest, and let's get some laughs out of this one.
3 keer. Hoofd omhoog vraagt men.
Our British
Mooie
judge on
vaas,
the left,
hoofd
Paul
omhoog.
Rigid, circling away.
Hoofd omhoog.
Seven times. There's Henry Cooper. He said he looked like Henry Cooper. He is in fact the German judge.
Yes.
And Ned is nicknamed Henry Cooper a long time. Now then, I tell you, there's a klaxon on the left for the French. There'll be a bell in the middle and a Dutch.
Oh no. Oh no. They'll be heard.
What are you holding on to the judge?
Bringing him with him.
He's lost the baby. There's Ieper, another judge fastening the bell. There's the Belgian of Knokke-Heist. Beaming in on the bell. Here comes the Frenchman. Where is he? Trampling away. Oh. Yeah. It's like the story of the storks on the stork's nest. And the mother stork asked the little stork what she'd been doing all day. She just said, frightening young ladies. And that's what the Belgian was doing there. Frightening young maidens.
The time for France is 44 seconds.
Nancy, 44 seconden.
The time for Germany, 49 seconds.
De tijd voor Bietigheim-Bissingen, 49 seconden.
And for Belgium, 47 seconds.
En voor Knokke-Heist,
Well, at
47.
last, good news for Great Britain. Wales, Swansea.
6
It's our
points.
first game with a
Swansea.
win. There go the cheers. There'll be a few Union Jacks being waved.
5 points.
Riccione, 5 punten.
But we're trailing a long way and a pretty lousy for Rouge.
Nancy, 4 punten.
Belgium,
Nancy's still
3
very much
points.
there.
Knokke-Heist, 3 punten.
Germany, 2 points.
Bietigheim-Bissingen, 2 punten.
So
And
the French are
Switzerland,
still in the
1
lead
point.
with 26. Second are Riccione with 24. With a couple of teams on 19, Steenwijk and Knokke-Heist. And we're on 16, and we are in 5th place, and Edward.
And Steenwijk in the 3rd place to go now in the Fil Rouge. They only need somebody to stick onto in the saddle, as it were. And they could win this Fil Rouge because the best time so far is Riccione's first one at 49 seconds. So this is a carpenter and an institute manager. So should be manageress, I would imagine, because it's a girl, and there she is. And she's sticking on grimly. And the last, they're both in together. So that might help some solace for the Great Britain fans who are around. Some from Darlington, some local, some from Swansea. And some who came in and they were not quite sure who was taking part. But they had Union Jacks with them.
17 seconds.
17 seconds for the first one. I'm out.
And the second players, 18 seconds.
Ah, I thought it was just right. So it comes the same as Swansea's
35 seconds.
So 2:35. We could have that 1 second would have made quite a bit of difference. I suppose it made them win, but however, there it is. Stewart.
The fiscus. That's the tax office to you. The husband is going to bring some banknotes to his missus. There are 5 enormous banknotes there on the cash. And he's been working too hard. The baby's arrived, the honeymoon's over, the washing's all done. And these 2 guys, an Italian and a Belgian, up the slope. They have to deliver 5 banknotes, the ties with elastic on the slippery slope. And isn't marriage really a slippery slope? And if my tax collector from Ashton-under-Lyne is looking, I wish he were on the end of that elastic on that slippery slope. And I hope he's got a sense of humour. He doesn't when he writes to me. But anyway, here we go, the Italian and the Belgian. 5 notes to deliver to his missus lying there in the tax office. No. I think he might have thrown that one. Oh. Well, how many of the collectors can you see? You've got to be strong for this one. And I reckon we might win this as well. We might win this game because Lee Jones is doing it. Well, limit time is 1:30, and I reckon we've had 1:25, and he threw it.
Not allowed to throw. The rule said no throwing.
Absolutely. Eddie, strict as ever. 5 banknotes to deliver to the irate wife. 4 old husband tied round the waist of the latte. And the track to the tax office is always greasy.
We have in the maximal time for Belgium only 2 banknotes.
Dus in de maximum tijd van 1 minuut 30 seconden, maar 2 bankbiljetten voor Knokke-Heist.
Yeah. And for Italy also 2 banknotes.
Oh, 2 apiece.
Riccione, maar 2 Bietigheim-Bissingen en Steenwijk.
The Dutch and the Germans on this one. On the right, the Dutch guilder. On the left, your German mark. 2 of the strongest currencies in Europe at the moment. So, Karl-Heinz and Bert. Karl-Heinz, the German. Bert is the Dutchman. And he's fairly bombing it from Bietigheim. No. That's the Dutchman. Well on his way. Bietigheim. Can he do it? Well, obviously, the more runs you take, the more taxing it becomes. Taxing to get the gap. Ooh. I wish I'd never said that. 8 here. Very strenuous game requiring stamina. But I reckon we're in with a whopping big chance of another 6 points here from Lee Jones, a big, strong lad. Yes, another one for the Dutch. We've had 55 seconds. 5 to deliver. This may be the Dutchman's last run. Yes. And that's it. Well, he deserves applause. It's a tough game. 15 and the German is still struggling. Karl-Heinz. And I don't think he's going to do it. A lot of marks hanging up behind his head. 5 seconds to go. Will he do it? No, he won't. He has no chance. He's counted out of time.
Zoals je ziet, dames en heren, er zijn verschillende lijnrechten, scheidsrechters die alles spelen mogen, dat alles zo prima mogelijk zou genoteerd worden en dat de uitslagen zo trouw mogelijk zouden zijn van wat er gebeurd is.
So we have for Germany 2 banknotes.
Just
Dus voor
two.
Bietigheim-Bissingen 2
Two
bankbiljetten.
for Bietigheim.
And for Holland the first time with 5 banknotes, 56 seconds.
There's the time to be 55 seconds, and on the starting line will be a Frenchman and a Welshman. A Welshman, Lee Jones. He's a teacher of physical education.
And up.
Disregard our floating pound. He's stretching his money. This is Lee Jones. He should be bombing. He's the captain of the British gymnastics team. He's been the Welsh gymnast champion since 1968. And we're piling him up. Christine Griffiths is doing the collecting, and he's making the game look easy. I told you he was going to bomb. It looks like 6 points. Come on. Everybody with him. He's making it look ridiculous. Yes. The Welsh gymnastic champion is showing Swansea the way how. He's showing them all on the marketplace tonight. He's showing the Frenchman anyway. That's Andre. The Frenchmen really fancy themselves. Come on, Lee Jones. Now the last one. For us, the last one, and we're in limit time, and he deserves the applause. The Union Jacks are flowing all around the place. As I said, a lot of affection for the British here. They're prouder of the British here in Ieper than we seem to be ourselves. A wonderful, happy tour it's been. The British are always welcome in this part of Belgium.
Zorgt ook veel van de
But
zenuwen.
now the time.
Time they are very near. We have Great Britain with 36
Look at
seconds.
that.
Swansea.
That really is something to cheer about.
With
The Swansea team
35
going potty.
seconds.
If only we done something with our joker. Oh.
6 points.
Dus dat betekent die punten.
We speak
6
too
punten voor
soon,
Nancy.
and with forked tongue, 6 points for
Great Britain,
Nancy.
5 points.
They're at it again,
Swansea,
the
5
French.
punten.
Holland, 4 points.
Steenwijk, 4 punten.
Then
4 for the
Belgium,
Dutch.
3 points.
Knokke-Heist, 3 punten.
Execuo
3
Italy,
for the
3
Belgians.
points.
Riccione, gelijk, 3 punten.
3 for Riccione and
Execuo Germany also 3 points.
And 3
Eveneens
points
gelijk,
for Bietigheim. Well, Bietigheim and Faido still to play their jokers, but in the lead, romping away just as it seems to Nancy.
And of course, Faido can't play the joker on the Rouge. They've got a student in Renata Gobi, and they've got electrical engineer, and they've got Gennaro to start the game, 1 minute 15 seconds, which of course can be doubled up. The best time so far is Nancy's 66, and now Chucker is still Steve Seaman. And here they go, and they're just lasting out. It's amazing how they've all gone in fairly quickly. I'm keeping up the record, but the boy's still there. And you'll notice that the Groom is not fully covered as a protective of the target, and in he goes. And I don't know what the time was, but possibly round about 50 seconds, guessing. So this is for Faido, Switzerland, and he comes in to look at himself. Regina is asking him to move away. So Gennaro is checking, of course, with a neutral judge. Each country has got a neutral judge to take times and confer if required. And this is the time for Switzerland.
The first time is 19 seconds.
19 for the first
Voor Faido een eerste keer.
entry for the early part competition.
The time is 30 seconds.
30 seconds, so 49. So that puts them joint second place with Italy.
49 seconds.
So 49 seconds with Italy, 49 seconds for Switzerland now. With the home team, Belgium, the last to go before we know where we're going to get the sub points. So they're not bad for Switzerland, but Nancy of France, Hill leading and also leading in the Rouge.
Thanks, Ed. Well, here comes Mike Verdrew, staggering with a bottle of champagne in his hand, because this game is all about ye demon drink. Well, we've paid the taxes, we've done the washing, we've had the birth of the baby, so naturally the proud father is going to celebrate. And he's been for a night on the town with his mates, his dad. And he's trying to get back to his wife, creep back to his wife without being seen. There's the wife. What a dragon, with a rolling pin in one hand and a big red schnoz. Well, there's the Ieper cat. Once upon a time, in the Middle Ages, the cat here was regarded as an animal of the devil. So they used to throw them from roofs. They used to throw cats, would you believe, in Ieper. And they still do to this day. They celebrate in a Mardi Gras festival here, but they don't throw live cats anymore. They throw toy cats. Thank goodness for that. Oh, I panicked you, Eddie, didn't I? They throw them from the top floors. But anyway, the two jokers play the last two. Here we come. The demon drink. He's literally on the carpet. This is Maurizio. He's from Italy. So what does he do? He's got to hang up the bottle, hang up his top hat, take off his cloak. Then he's got to put on his pajamas. Well, there he's picked up the pajamas, and he's off, this little Italian here. And he's got to put them on. He's got to go and tweak his wife on the nose. And he keeps coming off the travelling back. Got to be careful. Okay. The crowd's really with him. They're really behind him. He's caught the crowd's affection for Rizzio. All the way from Riccione. And at the moment they're in second place to Nancy on the master scoreboard. But he's got to get those pants. back down the line he goes. And of course he's got 6 wives throwing all sorts at him. pillows and everything because they're very angry that he's been for this night on the tiles. With his champagne, but he's got his pyjamas on, up he runs up there, treats his wife on the nose, the arms come up, bong. And he'll get some applause. Tutto bene.
Wel, deze dame is er niet erg gelukkig mee. Ze is ondertussen de neus kwijt.
Well, he's pulled the nose on. That's it. Tweaks the nose. The arms go up.
Dus even de beslissing van de scheidsrechter.
The total time for Italy will be 1:08.
Dus voor
1 minute and 8 seconds for Maurizio from Riccione. Now we'll go a nose, probably with a yes. Well, who knows? Oh, I'm sorry.
I know they've only scored 20 points so far, 21, but...
So Gennaro is starting a big policeman who is from Steenwijk. Well, he may have arrested a few drunks in his time, but he's lost his nose, he's hanging up his top hat, he's lost his cloak. That's the game. He takes the pyjamas from the hook and the girls are swinging away at him. And he's wearing the Felester pumps, supplied by the Belgian television service. Everybody has got to wear these pumps. The slide fairly greasy. Now then, what's he going to do? Well, he's going back rapido to the bar when he's back a few seconds ago. Well, he's made it. And the nose comes off again. We make the time under a minute, under 55 seconds in fact.
Kijker thuis liefst niet mag zien. En dan eens even horen wat de tijd wordt voor Steenwijk, Nederland.
The total time for Netherlands is 52 seconds.
32 seconden.
I will say at this moment that the limit time of this game will be 1 minute and 30. Le temps limite 1 minute 30 pour ce jeu.
Well, you can all understand Gennaro's English is absolutely perfect.
En onze volgende vrienden komen uit Nancy.
Attention, 3, 2, 1.
Well, this is the Frenchman. And carrying, of course, his national drink, the bottle of champers, but he's a bit short. And he's already in a bit of trouble. This is Marcus Kling, he's 17. Nancy at the moment lying well up. They won the Joker, a handsome Joker to play. Another couple of games they won, and this is the way they did it in Nancy. They won 4 games outright, including the Joker game in Nancy. Do you remember? And they also won the Fil Rouge. A very, very good French team. This. Young Monsieur Kling in a bit of trouble with his pyjamas. Well, he's got them on, and they're going down, but he's going to make it. Yes. There we are. And up goes the, yes, young Kling. He too, under a minute, we make it.
Aan mevrouw te zien. Alles is weer terug in het zedelijk beeld.
We're going 5th in this game,
De tijd.
in the shape of Alan Majors, a policeman. We've seen him already,
Dus,
collecting
even
wedding gifts
horen.
for his wife.
Zoals ik straks zei, er zijn
What's the
vele
time?
scheidsrechters en lijnrechters bij. En iedereen wordt geraadpleegd.
For France, the time is 58 seconds.
Dus totaaltijd voor Nancy, 58
58 for Nancy, second at the moment to the Dutch on this game. Here come the Germans on their Joker game. Well, he's not off to a flyer. This could be very important. If the Germans win this Joker, they're back in contention. If they're not, I think they're down among the dead men. Best time, I told you, 52 seconds, but he's on his feet and racing, he's bombing. He's there, he's well in, under 30 seconds, a sparkling performance. A very good performance there. So they pop up from nowhere, this German team of Bietigheim. They did it in Maastricht. They might do it tonight.
The time for Germany, the best time at the moment, is 29 seconds.
29 seconds for Bietigheim, the Germans. A lot of support here for them. And now, here's Big Alan for Swansea. So that's the bottle. Here's the hat. Then the cape. He's lost his cape. Whoops, come on. Big Al, up you go.
I can imagine what they'll say to him when he gets in the pack. Take the Swansea away.
Come on, get those pajamas done. He's already had 25 seconds. He needs to get them on.
Doing well.
Best way he can. He has them on. He's not doing so badly, but he won't beat the German time of 29. He's running the wrong way. He picks himself up. He staggers through. Tweak his wife on the end of those. Toss them back to you. And we make it about 37 seconds.
Ik dacht dat hij nog eens al ging opdoen. Dus goede tijd ook voor Swansea.
Very good time for Swansea, 37 seconds.
37 seconden voor Swansea. En de volgende vrienden uit Faido, Zwitserland, maar ook de jonge.
So last will go Faido,
Dit spel.
who are well out of contention. I don't think they've any smell of a chance, but let's see how they perform on this game.
Attenzione, 3, 2, 1.
I think he's already beaten the bottle, Eddie. he goes soaring up like a character from a Hollywood movie.
It's been stopped.
I think they might as well send him back and start again.
He goes sauntering out, so cool.
He got carried away with the pass.
Oh,
They're behind. Attenzione.
poor old Gennaro wasn't quite certain of what was going on.
2, 1.
Here he comes again. It's all the funnier because he's wearing this touch.
It looks like Errol Flynn, didn't he, really? And he's a bit of a card, this lad. He's taking the game quite literally, this guy. I'm sure he's been like
Benny Fenton used to look.
The guy's legless. Yes. Dancing your way. I like this fellow's style.
Gennaro said he's happy this is the last heat.
Yeah.
Claudio is on his cigarette. I'm sure he's had more than a whiff of the bottle.
Applause. Applause for Claudio. Oh, yes. Yes, listen to the crowd. That was marvellous. That was a great laugh. What a sport. What a sport. That's the spirit of Knokke-Heist.
To the bar.
I like that.
What about that?
I won't forget Claudio
we
in a
have
hurry.
time for Switzerland of 1 minute
Now he gets his
22
time.
seconds.
Faido, 1 minuut 22 seconden.
Then the points.
De punten.
Germany with the joker, 12 points.
Bietigheim-Bissingen met de joker, 12 punten.
Great Britain, 5 points.
Swansea,
Well.
5 punten.
Here they come again. Here come the German team of Bietigheim up on the red rope. This is what they did in Maastricht.
France, 3 points.
Nancy, 3 punten.
Italy, 2 points.
Riccione, 2 punten.
And Switzerland with the joker, 2 points.
En Faido met de joker, 2 punten. Wel, dat is natuurlijk een zaak.
Well, still in the lead, we have Nancy with 35 second, Riccione with 29, third, Steenwijk with 27, equal third, no, as it were, third are Bietigheim with 28, fourth is Steenwijk with 27, we have fifth with 26, well out of it at the moment, the Belgians are sixth and the Swiss are last with 11, and Edwards.
And the last for Rouge with the home team. And the Mademoiselle from Armentiers. And her husband, what can they do as Regine gets them under the way with Guido, and off they go. So the best time so far is Nancy 66, followed by Italy's 49, and Great Britain, Swansea 35, along with Netherlands 35. So a token pointed to here possibly for Caveman, but of course the crowd now well behind the team from Ieper, or Wipers, whichever way you want to call it. And they're sticking to the post. And the crowd are now getting away with them. The crowd are jumping up and down. You can see them in the background, really going to town. They've got the knack, they've got something. They're doing very well. They would be very happy indeed to get something out of this. Knokke-Heist, 50 seconds gone. Knokke-Heist chewing away, but holding on, blinking. And this is very good, 60, another 6. Oh, well, in any case, the both still on. So this is good. Don't forget, they both had it together. And the limit time is 1 minute 15. Can they do that? That's the interesting part. What a tremendous effort to show it can be done, and the whistle goes. Well, that's 1:15 each, which of course makes 2:30, but we'll wait for the official time, and then we'll see what goes on to the master scoreboard. Maximum time
for one competitor
1:15.
and 1:15 for the second one.
Dat is de allereenvoudigste rekening van
So
het
that
hele
is
spel.
2:30, and it will give them 7 points
We have a maximum
until they're 22.
time of 2 minutes and 30 seconds.
2 minutes, the only time it's been done, but it shows it can be done.
Maximum tijd in de
I wonder what
rode
they did.
draad. Wij maken het klassement.
But they got 7 points.
Belgium, it's first place.
Een
Belgium
eerste
first
plaats
place.
voor Knokke-Heist.
France, second
Nancy, second
Nancy.
place. This is, of course, the placings, not the points.
place. Italy, third place.
Riccione, third place.
Riccione, nummer 3.
Ex aequo, third place with Switzerland.
Een derde plaats ook voor Faido.
Riccione and Faido.
Ex aequo,
Joint
Grote
third.
in fifth place.
En ex-aequo op de 5e plaats.
And
Swansea.
Swansea, fifth place. Remember places. And also Steenwijk,
Steenwijk even
Netherlands.
op de 5e plaats.
Germany, seventh
And
place.
Duitsland, Bietigheim,
Bietigheim-Bissingen
7
op de
points.
7e
7
plaats.
place.
Wij
So now we come to the point. Knokke-Heist have made them 29. We have for Nancy 6 points, which puts them in a very strong position of 41. Riccione, Italy 5 up to 34.
Switzerland, 5 points.
Faido, Switzerland 5 up to 16.
Great Britain,
Swansea,
3
Great
points.
Britain 3 points up to 29.
Holland, 3 points.
Steenwijk, Holland 3 points to 30.
Germany, 1 point.
And Bietigheim, Germany to 29. And so on to the last game, Stuart.
We're evacuated. There's nothing to touch the French of Nancy. They are storming away exactly as they did in their own international. But this is where we say a farewell, and we do it by posting bills. We've got 7 boys. All countries go in this last game. 7 boys are there in the wind tunnel. And floating about in the wind tunnel, we have 4 stickers which all say a well-known phrase or saying. At the top of the ramps, the girls, it's a bill posting game. The boys now have to collect 4 stickers. All that happens now is really who comes second, because nobody can touch the French if they come last. Still pick up 1 point and win with 42. The nearest team is Riccione with 34, so they need to win it. But all is academic. I think the trophy is destined to go to France, and it's a very good French team we have. Swansea never really recovering from picking up just 6 points on the first game from the Joker, and we fell away 1 or 2, but they've contributed to the programme. They won a very good game. But now how are we doing? Who is first out of the cage with the stickers? They come racing down the track. It's Riccione. He picks up a bucket of pace. The girls are already pasting the billboards at the top. Here's the Swiss of Faido. He picked up the wrong bucket. He picked up the French bucket. The French didn't like it. The Swiss are underway. The Belgians are underway. And they put up the sign at the top. As you see, everybody's pasting away. Chris Moore is our boy. He's a 16-year-old student. At the top is the Rose of Wales, Rose Williams. So there you are. The Swiss have done it, the Italians have done it. The message is up, down they come, colliding with the Germans, and they're on the finishing square. The Italians are through, the Belgians are through, the Swiss are through, and you can see what's happening. There's the message for the French. Jeus en frontière, au revoir. Till 1976. There's spells on the Grenzen. Spiel ohne Grenzen, and at last we're underway. We're underway with our message. Young Chris Moore will never forget this night of his life. There are thousands of people on the square, millions watching him on television, and he's finally got it. The knockout see you in 1976. Now, let's see who finished where. In other words, who finished second behind the French.
It was very clear not the case. I can give you the position. We have Switzerland at the first place.
Eerste plaats, Faido.
Faido is the first game they've won tonight.
Second.
Tweede plaats komt Riccione.
Belgium is third.
Knokke-Heist, derde plaats.
France is fourth place.
Nancy, vierde plaats.
Germany, fifth place.
Bietigheim-Bissingen, vijfde plaats.
Netherlands, sixth place.
Steenwijk, zesde
Well,
plaats.
disappointing for the Dutch as well. They were very strongly fancied, and they fell away too, along with Swansea.
Switzerland, 7 points.
Voor Faido, 7
Faido.
punten.
He finished with 23 points.
Voor Riccione, 6 punten.
Riccione finished with 40.
Belgium, 5 points.
Knokke-Heist, 5 punten.
France, 4 points.
34 for the Belgians. The French pick up 4. 45 points is fairly clear-cut and definitive. This team of Nancy, they were fancied very strongly. Remember, they bombed along in Nancy. They're physically fit, in the right condition. And they brought along their mayor. And if you remember, at the close of the program in Nancy, the mayor, who was a rather distinguished gentleman, was flung fully clothed into the pool. And I have no doubt something of similar style will happen tonight. So there they are. They've poured over the border from France, which is not very far away. Ieper from the French border. They've all poured over from Nancy to support the team tonight.
En de bronzen medaille voor Knokke-Heist.
Well, he's getting applause for the home team, but there's the mayor. There is little fella there. You'll see him in his denim suit. That's him in the blue denim suit. They're smothered in flowers. Everybody comes racing in on the winner's rostrum. In there somewhere is going to be a presentation, Edward.
Yes, it's got to be done by the program controller. The RT name is Mr. Bow, and he no doubt will be quite a happy man to find it's gone through without any problem. But of course, Nancy were away from the start, and they looked winners most of the way. Anyway, I hope you've all enjoyed it. It's the end of the series, and no doubt, as the title says, well, it's a knockout. See you in 1976 from Whitelist, whichever you want. Good night.
Well, there's the town hall. The last view you'll see of it tonight. That's it. Hope you've enjoyed the show. We'll see you right about Christmas, another bumper show. So, goodbye.